Hi everybody, foXnoMad here, and today I want to help you travel smarter by bringing you to an Uzbek restaurant here in Almaty, Kazakhstan. I'm here at Uzbek, which specializes in Uzbek cuisine here in Almaty. It's in the center of town, just a little bit off the main roadway, but it is very close to several metro stops. It's within walking distance. I'm really glad I did that metro tour yesterday because now I have a really good idea of where everything is in the city. So it's pretty easy to find, just a short walk from a near metro station. Then here you are, right outside the restaurant. I am very hungry and very excited to share this meal with you, so let's go inside. Alright, so this is the inside of Uzbek, which is an Uzbek restaurant here in Almaty, and the decor in here is just really beautiful. It has a very obviously Central Asian vibe to it, but the decor is very elaborate, very nice setting in here. Alright, so the first two dishes just arrived. This is budur. This is eggplant with cauliflower and mushrooms with yogurt sauce on top with dill right there on the top, and this is eaten as a salad. And then I have this chibarek, which is usually stuffed with a variety of different things. You can get it with lamb meat, horse meat. This one is egg and cheese, but first I'm going to dip into this salad. That is really good, very flavorful, nicely fried, just a little bit on the outside. You can see it's kind of brown, and there's almost a slight spice to it, and I think that's from the liberal use of black pepper. Huge block of salt in there, so the food is very salty. Like literally I'm crunching through blocks of salt. It has the consistency of almost like mayonnaise, so it's basically been drained of its water, so it's really thick and creamy. These heavy creams, heavy yogurt sauces, and a lot, when it comes to vegetables, a lot of eggplants and a lot of mushrooms. Those are very common on many of the menus. And as I stick my fork into each one of these, you can see just like oil pouring out, continuing with the Central Asian theme of very heavy, very oily foods. Alright, so that was pretty good. Now it's time to move on to the chibarek, which is this fried bad boy. You can see that the dough is really flaky. It's obviously been deep fried. It's really soft and there's a lot of air in there. So I'm just gonna cut into it like that, and then it just collapses in. And if you open it up, it is little bits of eggs, green onions, and that's pretty much it. So it's hard-boiled eggs and a lot of green onions and maybe a little bit of parsley in there as well. Super flaky and super oily on the bottom. And so the size of this is really deceptive, because once I cut into it and the air has all been let out, it's actually pretty thin and flat, and there's not a ton of stuffing inside. The eggs were very thinly spread across the bottom. Now, it's time for the main course. Alright, so this is lagman, which is essentially, there are different varieties of this, but it is basically a bowl of noodles stuffed with vegetables, garlic. Usually it has meat in it, lamb or horse meat, green beans. We've got some red peppers, roasted red peppers, parsley on top, a lot of garlic in here, as well as carrots, and of course the noodles are all the way at the very bottom. Also got some celery here. You can see that cooked celery, all in this tomato broth, and then there are the noodles right there at the bottom. We've got thicker noodles, some thick noodles like this, and some thinner ones, almost spaghetti consistency there, but these huge chunks of garlic too in here. I mean, look at this. Look at this. Oh, I'm so excited to eat this. And then the sauce. Let's take a little taste of that sauce. It has the flavor of the peppers, especially. It's got this flavor of the peppers and the garlic in there as well. It is really good. So let's dig in. I'm just gonna take some of these noodles right here off the top. You can see the steam just coming out of there. It is really just piping hot. And those are thick noodles. Like these are really good. They don't taste like just spaghetti pasta or something. They are very hearty, thick noodles that just soak up this tomato taste. in here, and it is, oh, I'm telling you, might be some of the best noodles I've ever had. Just look at that. But let's get into some of these green beans. Let's mix it up with our noodles. A little bit spicy. Just a touch of spice, I feel like, at the very bottom. Winter day soup, or I'm sick soup, or I just want to hang out on a Sunday and do nothing all day. This would be perfect for it. It's funny, the staff here, like most of the different places I've been to so far in Kazakhstan, very serious when you order. People are very straight-faced, very serious. Then after they see how happy you are eating the food, they just light up into smiles. All right, so I decided to finish off the meal with some hibiscus and fruit tea and chat, which is basically some fried dough, more fried dough, that's infused with honey, with walnuts on the top, some apricots and raisins. And it's so sticky with honey, it doesn't even fall apart. It's kind of like it's really like a Rice Krispie treat. It's a sugar bomb after a carbohydrate bomb, which is more carbohydrates, but. So that was a really good meal. I'm stuffed, full of food, but it's still pretty early in the afternoon, so there's a lot more in Almaty that I want to show you, a couple of sites that I want to take you to see and give you an idea of what there is to do and see in this city. So this is Almaty Street, which is a very long pedestrian street here, filled with shops and cafes, restaurants, electronics, clothes, anything you want, you pretty much can find it here. People are just strolling up and down. It's pretty early in the day. It's the middle of the afternoon during the week, so it's pretty relaxed, and the vibe here is definitely a lot more active and different than other parts of the city. Now, one thing Almaty Street is also famous for is its artwork that's on sale from local artists who bring their paintings here for people to look at and to buy. And there's also a selection of different street foods that you can get, different kinds of pastries that are freshly baked if you are hungry, in addition to all the other food that you can find here. So behind me is the Ascension Cathedral, which was built in the early 1900s, and it is the world's tallest wooden Orthodox cathedral, which seems like a very specific title, but in case you're wondering, it is 46 meters all the way up to the very top peak, and the inside is really elaborate. They didn't want me to take too many videos, so I just got a couple, but you can just see this elaborate gold work that's on the inside and the detailed painting on the tiles. And it's in the middle of this park, about a 10-minute walk from Arbat, so this whole park here is also a very relaxing area. There are cafes, there are little horse carriage rides you can get into. So this whole area itself is just nice to wander around, even if you don't go in the cathedral. And it is just another nice outdoor area to visit when you're in Almaty. Now, I've saved the best views for last. It is in the later afternoon hours, so we've got a couple of hours before I want to show you some of the best views you can get of the entire city. Alright, so this is what I wanted to show you, the last stop of the day, right as the sun is setting. And this is the thing to do in Almaty, is to take the gondola up all the way to Köktepe, which is the top of this hill that overlooks the entire city. And it is really, really beautiful, especially at this time, especially at the golden hour. And I got here just in time because the lines were very long to get in. They take about 8 per car, but the line just to get in is really very long. So if you're gonna get here, you wanna get here early enough so that you have time to watch the sunset right there. It's about $7.50. The ride up is only about 7 minutes, I wanna say, and the views are just spectacular. It's really nice also to get up here and get some of this fresher air than you have in the city. You can see this cloud that sort of surrounds the city, and that's a lot of pollution and smog. If you get higher up, you get these beautiful views, and everybody here is just lining up to get these pictures, and especially in front of this sign that says I love Köktepe. So this is one of the things to do, but the views aren't just it. I want to show you a little bit around what there is to do here, but first we've just got to watch the sunset. It is absolutely beautiful. you're going up the gondola, it starts out very slow, but then as soon as it clears just the first set of motors, it just takes off and it just kind of whips the gondola back. Caught a lot of people off surprise, and then it just goes zooming up the mountain, which is really nice because you get up here very quickly. But if you're not prepared or you're scared of heights, it might rattle you just a little bit. All right, the crowds are really starting to pile in, but I'm gonna show you more around here after it gets dark, after the end of the video, so make sure you stick around for that. So I just wanted to say thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for being on this tour of Almaty with me today and enjoying the food and all the sights. If you have any questions about the places I've been, please feel free to let me know down in the comments below. And while you're down there, hit the like and subscribe buttons. I'll have new videos for you every week. And I'll see you in the next video, and in a couple of seconds, just right after the sunset. Good light, good light, good light, no light, good light, no light. Okay, on to the tour. Got a cafe right there, museum right there, and a thing to take selfies in right there. There you go, picture with an eagle, wearing national garb if you want. Some kebabs, kid in a 2-cycle, some more food, fried food, souvenirs. Here's a bonus tip. You want to know why you get the round trip ticket at the downstairs at the bottom of the mountain? So you don't have to wait in that line. Instead, you get to wait in this line, which isn't quite as bad.